So the Montreal Canadiens have absolutely stockpiled first-round picks in its upcoming draft, and you know what? Rightfully so. You've got the first overall pick in your own building in the Bell Centre in Montreal, incredibly special, and if that in and of itself doesn't already make it one of the most important drafts in Montreal Canadiens history, then I don't know what does. Oh wait, yes I do. Adding another first-round pick in the Tyler Toffoli trade. Another first-round pick in the Ben Sherratt trade. How did you pull that one off, Ken Hughes, you absolute wizard? And yes, I'm aware that the Sherratt first-round pick is in 2023, but still, just collecting first-round picks like those Thanos rings, okay, the Infinity Stones, Ken Hughes over here, seriously, good stuff. But now I'm hearing that the Montreal Canadiens want more. They want to go and get more potential first-round picks, and honestly, it could happen. I mean, there's some noise being popped around that Josh Anderson might be shopped around to the New York Islanders for the 13th overall pick, and honestly, that wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world. And Josh Anderson, if he's getting moved, there is going to be a first-round pick involved. Don't get that twisted. For a big, fast, mean winger like him who can score, trust me, and he's got term, there's going to be a first-round pick going the other way to the Montreal Canadiens. So there's that. And there's also the fact that if Ken Hughes swings just right with Jeff Petrie at the right time, I know he's selling low, but if he swings at the right time, a team that's desperate enough for a veteran, right-handed shot defenseman with offensive upside and defensive stability, yes, Ken Hughes could get a first-round pick for Jeff Petrie. I'm telling you, he absolutely could. So that's two more. And who knows if that'll be next year, 2024, or even in this upcoming draft. So that could make it, look, you've got the one for the Tyler Toffoli trade, you've got the first overall pick, you might be able to throw two other first round picks in there. They would be down in the later rounds, but could you imagine if in their own building, the Montreal Canadiens have 4 first round picks? That would literally be amazing. It would be franchise altering. And I remember, I know I read people tell me in the comments down below, I get chirped that I relate everything back to the Calgary Flames. I do, but for good reason. In 2013, the Flames had just traded Jarome Iginla, okay? The best player to ever wear the Flaming C. And in exchange for having traded him on top of Bouwmeester and being bad, the Flames ended up having 3 first-round picks in the 2013 draft. It was dubbed the most important draft in Calgary Flames history. They ended up absolutely flubbing it. Now, I know their first pick, 6th overall, was Sean Monahan, and say what you want about him now, but he was a very good pick at the time. It seemed like they struck gold, and he gave the Flames some really great years of production. So, 6th overall, that was a win. But then they end up picking Émile Poirier and Morgan Klimchuk. No, you've most likely never heard of those guys, and I don't blame you because they had a cup of coffee in the NHL and then disappeared. Again, with the Marvel Cinematic Universe references, it's like they vanished, like they did in Avengers Infinity War. Seriously, these two guys did nothing in the NHL. They flubbed it. The Flames are lucky that a little guy by the name of Johnny Gaudreau and Matthew Tkachuk a couple of years later ended up coming through, because that was an all-time miss for that draft here. So here the Montreal Canadiens, they're lucky because, look, they're going to get a very good player at first overall, and even if they miss on those later first-round picks, you already have Nick Suzuki and Cole Caufield to build your team around. That's huge for the Montreal Canadiens. Absolutely massive for this team. So, I mean, stockpiling first-round picks is always a good thing to do. And honestly, that's how you build a dynasty. That's how you build a team that's going to contend for the Stanley Cup for years and years and years and years and years. Seriously. And I know not all of these guys are first-round picks, but look at Tampa Bay. Braden Point, Anthony Cirelli, Alex Killorn, Steven Stamkos, Victor Hedman. Need I go on? Like, these are all draft picks. Okay, there are free agent signings that help put you over the top and keep you as a contender, but to make you a contender, you need to have solid drafts where you're hitting, if not home runs, ground rule doubles. And that's exactly what Ken Hughes seems poised to do. And this is very interesting because in my eyes, Bergevin, yes, he drafted some good players, but he was a terrible drafter, okay? At the draft, Bergevin, Stevie Wonder would have been a better person to draft than Bergevin here. So I want to see how Ken Hughes is at the draft, how good he is, because this to me is the foundation for the franchise of the Montreal Canadiens going forward. I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below, as usual. And who do you think the Habs on the roster have that they could dangle for another first-round pick? Okay, let me know in the comments down below. If you're new here, like, subscribe, comment. See you in the next one. Peace out.